Hello and welcome to Your Journey Yoga. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Cheryl. Just want to welcome you to your mat. Hopefully you've got one. If you don't, no worries, guys. Just a little space, a little water, some comfortable clothes, an open mind, and an open heart is really all you need. A willing spirit to try something new if this is your first. If you've been doing yoga for a while, this is my rendition of. Changes all the time, so lots and lots of different options out there, but thanks for choosing this one. So a seated position that's going to feel good to you, water handy if you need it, if you need any kind of props to help along the way, a block, a strap, a towel, a pillow, anything like that. If today's one of those days and water is just not quite enough, whatever you need. You're by yourself or with a buddy, hopefully 6 feet away or so, just kidding. You do you. So, hey, if you're in a pose and you feel like screaming your head off or telling yourself a joke or laughing or whatever it is, do it. Get rid of the stress, you guys. This is what it's about. It's about staying sane and staying healthy and moving and getting your headspace right. I am typically a very, very upbeat person and pretty easygoing, and this has been very challenging. So, I've had days where I'm like, oh, are you kidding me again? I've had days where I feel great. So, ride the wave. And those days where you feel like, crap, I wanted to say something else, but I won't. But if you just feeling lousy, get on your mat. Do something physical, move your body. I'd love to have you join me as often as possible, but just move. Get up and move, because I know that helps me a ton. It just gets the blood flowing, it gets your mind on something else, and it just makes life a little bit better. So I'll get off of that and let's get started. So sitting in a seated position that feels right to you. Could be cross-legged or you can sit however you wish. Let's sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up and back, and just let those shoulders slide down and away. Close your eyes as those shoulders just gently fall. Relax your jaw. Nice big deep breaths in and out through the nose. And as we allow ourselves to be present, to settle into the here and the now, we pay attention to that breath, both the length and the depth of the breath. The movement of our belly with each breath. If it feels right to turn your palms to face the sky, drape the wrists over the knees, gently bring your index finger to touch your thumb. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward, reach it out. As you hinge forward, that core is strong, supporting your back. Release your hands. Relax the weight of your hands. Soften your face. Let that upper body be heavy. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands out to the right. Reach to your left fingertips as far as you can reach and press that left hip towards the floor. Relax the weight of your head down. So as you reach to those left fingertips and connect that left hip to the mat, can you feel that long stretch to the waist, to the ribs, to the arm? Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through to center. Fingertips reach out a little bit further and relax the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands to the left. Reach to your right fingertips as far as you can reach, pressing that right hip towards the floor. Again, that long stretch all the way down the side. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through to center. Fingertips reach out. Circle the hands around behind your back. Interlace your fingers. If you can't quite interlace those fingers and you happen to have a strap or a towel, take a hold of that in each hand. Relax the weight of the head down. Feels right to you, roll those shoulders up and back. Lift your hands towards the sky. Tucking the chin towards the chest is going to release any tension at the base of the head and all through the neck. Slowly bring the hands to the small of the back. Release your hands, circle those arms forward. Lengthen and reach, core strong, hinge it all the way up. Release that right hand to the floor, left arm up and over, and we're just gonna sway side to side. Close your eyes if it feels okay to you. Just take it up and over. Moving at the pace of your breath, so you inhale as you reach up, exhale as you shift to the side. Let's do one more. Finding that breath, just finding that flow. Inhale, reach to the sky, both arms come up. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Let's extend those legs out nice and long in staff pose, sitting up tall. Flex your feet if that feels okay. Now you might have tighter hamstrings. You can place a blanket, a towel, a pillow underneath your bottom, underneath those sit bones. You can place it underneath your knees. That'll help give you a little release if it's too much or too much intensity too soon. Inhale, reach to the sky. There's a giant beach ball on your thighs. Round over it. Hollow the tummy and chest. Tuck your chin. We're reaching towards those toes or towards the shins. Now lift through the spine, tuck your chin, hollow it out. Inhale, reach it out, flatten that ball. Sit up nice and tall. Extend the arms out to a T. Turn your palms towards the front, flex your wrists, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down, hollow out the tummy and chest. Inhale, reach to the sky, all the way up, and as you exhale, flow forward. Release the hands, relax the weight of your head. Inhale, reach it out, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, open those arms out to a T, flex your wrists, hollow the tummy and chest, press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale it open, and reach to the sky. One more time, forward fold. Release your hands, relax the weight of your head. Inhale, circle your hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms overhead as you hinge up tall. And pull the hands through to heart center. Release your hands. Let's take that right foot, pulling it in towards you. Bending the knee. That right knee is right in line with your shoulder, and we sit up nice and tall. Add a flex of that left foot. Now we can stay right here. Or if you like, take that right foot and cross it to the opposite side over that left leg and sit up tall. Keep that left foot flexed. If you like, wrap the crook of that left elbow around the knee and pull it in nice and tight. A little rotation through the spine now, but we've kept that length in the spine as we rotate. Now our gaze can remain forward out over that left shoulder, or take your gaze back out over that right shoulder with a little tuck of your chin towards your right collarbone. Now if we need that right hand for support to keep drawing that knee in, keep it. If it feels right to you, extend that right arm back. Open your palm in the same direction you are. Spread your fingers and reach. So we're using that left arm to pull in. We're reaching back with the right. Now lift that right arm to the sky as you turn back to face front. Release your rotation, release the hands. Extend, right leg out, sit up tall. Pull that left knee in. Just sit up nice and tall. Really focus on the length of your spine here in our staff pose. Now add that flex to that right foot if that feels okay to you. Otherwise, soft foot. That left knee stays right in line with your shoulder. Find your breath and feel all the different muscles that are working together. Lengthening, engaging, stretching, strengthening. If it feels right to you, cross that left foot up and over that right leg. Sit up nice and tall. Now there's that wanting of the hips to shift. We're keeping them facing forward. If you like, taking that right hand, wrapping it around the crook of that right elbow wraps around the knee, and sit up nice and tall. Now we can keep our gaze again straight ahead. Is that right foot still flexed? Is your spine still tall? If you like, take your gaze out over that left shoulder. A little tuck of your chin towards that left collarbone. Find your breath. Feel the rotation in the spine. Notice the stretch in the hip, the length in the spine. Now, if you like, we're going to keep that intensity. If you need that left hand to keep pulling that knee in, keep it. If you're able, extend that left arm out Turn your palm in the same direction you were facing. Spread your fingers and reach. Find your breath. Can you still feel that length in the spine, or have you let go of your posture? Keep that posture, stay up tall. Now slowly lift that left arm to the sky, releasing that rotation. We face front once again, extending left leg out. Reach to the sky, giant beach ball on your thighs, round over it, hollow the tummy and chest. Tuck your chin. Now see if you can lift that spine even higher, hollowing out even more, creating space between each of those vertebrae. Inhale, reach it out, flatten that beach ball. Lift it high, and release it down. Let's circle those feet around behind us, coming up onto all fours. To a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width apart, and we're going to spread our fingers nice and wide, so we've got a nice platform. Our wrists right below those shoulders. Core is nice and strong. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, take a big breath in and let your belly come towards the floor. Take your gaze and sit bones to the sky. As you exhale, lift your spine, hollow your tummy and chest, tuck your chin. To cat. Inhale it back to cow, keeping the core strong. Exhale it to cat. One more time each direction. Big inhale. And big exhale. And back to that neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just an inch off of the mat. Core is strong. Engaging all the muscles through the shoulders, through the core, through the legs. Getting a really nice stretch for the toes, for the arches of the feet, for the calves. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, extend your legs. Shift your weight back towards your heels. We inhale it back to that hovering tabletop. Knees just an inch off the mat. And as you exhale, extend the legs. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Again, inhale it back to that hovering tabletop. Let's do that one more time. Exhale and extend. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Find your breath. Shift your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhale and sweep your right foot through between your hands. Left foot's going to step in behind the right, and we're going to bring those ankles just as closely together as we can, relaxing the weight of the upper body down. So with those legs crisscrossed, a little challenge for the balance, a little different stretch to the legs. We're going to inhale and lift just slightly and walk our hands as far to the right as we can walk them. As you walk your hands as far as you can, now draw your nose towards that right knee. Find your breath. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands back through center. And now over to the left, as far as you can walk your hands. And draw your nose towards your knee. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through to center. Let those arms be heavy, head be heavy, and ever so slowly begin to roll yourself up. So you're going to feel the muscles work a little differently as you roll up, working to keep you balanced. With a big shoulder roll at the top, shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Breathe, a long stretch all the way down that right side. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lean in and reach. So we incorporate that standing lateral flexion. A wonderful IT band stretch. Beautiful stretch through the waist, through the ribs. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands pass right through heart center as we hinge forward to forward fold. Stepping that left foot back, and then the right to high plank. Hold your plank. We can be on our toes or our knees. We lift out of those shoulders. Strong through that belly. Draw that belly button in and up. Breathe. As you exhale, lift your hips to down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Modify with the knees if you like. Crocodile down. Press it through, up dog. And exhale to down dog. We shift our weight to our right hand, our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Right foot steps in behind the left, bringing the ankles as closely together as you can get them. And relax the weight of the upper body down. Just feel that nice stretch to the backs of the legs, to that lower back. Inhale, lift just slightly, and let's walk our hands to the left. Far as you can walk your hands. Now draw your nose towards that left knee. And just notice all the different parts of the body. What's working, what's stretching, what feels amazing, what's really challenging. How's your breath in all of this? Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back to center. And now over to the right, just as far as you can walk those hands. Draw your nose towards your knee. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk those hands back through the center. Let the arms be heavy. And then slowly, slowly begin to roll it up. Head heavy, arms heavy. With a big shoulder roll at the top. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lean in and reach. Just letting go of tension, tightness, negative energy wherever you have it. Inhale, both arms come up, reach for that positive energy. Pull it down to heart center. And hinge forward to forward fold. Big step back with that right foot, and then the left to plank. Holding plank. Toes or knees, core is strong. You can hold your plank or one push up. Elbows right by the ribs. Again, push up. One more time. Lift your hips to down dog. And just gently sway your hips side to side. Find those big deep breaths. Let any negative energy, any anxiety, anything negative, just let it go away with those exhales. Coming back to center. Taking a gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Arms heavy, head heavy. We bring the hands to the elbows and hold on. Let's gently sway side to side. A little arc around the legs, just letting go. We come back to center, keep a hold of those elbows, and let's shift some weight forward into the toes. Just a little deeper stretch, all the way down the backs of the legs, into that spine for the glutes. And we shift our weight back to our heels, maybe lifting those toes, activating all the muscles through the tops of the feet. A nice little stretch to the base of the feet, to the soles of the foot. And slowly shift some weight back forward into those toes. And one more time back to the heels, lift those toes. Center your weight, relax your arms. And slowly let's roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Big shoulder roll at the top, shoulders slide down and away. Let's open up those feet just a little bit wider than the width of your mat. So your heels are going to remain on the mat, your toes are going to be off the mat. Supporting with those hands, we're going to bend the knees, place the hands right along the inside of your legs. Hands just above the knees, fingertips pointing inward. Now we're going to slowly just round forward. Use the support of those hands. Now if you are taking special care of your lower back, stop wherever you need to. Now as we come low and those hands remain on the thighs, you can keep them here or release those hands down and just let your upper body be heavy.
Take your gaze towards that space back between the legs. As you exhale, begin to extend the legs. Now your arms are going to straighten a little bit too, that's fine. Shift your weight back into your heels. As you inhale, bend those knees. Not super low. Breathe, just to where you get this really nice stretch in the hips. This release for that lower back. As you exhale, extend those legs once again. This time, let's walk the hands through the legs, fingertips pointing back behind us. And we're going to use the strength of the arms to walk the hands back and to draw that upper body towards the space between the legs. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Now your knees might be bent or your legs might be long. Whatever is fine. Find your breath. We inhale, releasing those hands. Let them hang just below us. Bend your knees just slightly. Bring one hand to the top of the thigh and then the other. Now lengthen through the crown of the head and slowly push through the palms of the hands as you rise. Reach to the sky, straighten the arms, extend the legs, pull the hands to heart center. Then step to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your left foot. Back knee to the mat if you like, otherwise knee stays off. We lift the arms, coming up to a crescent lunge. Find your breath, circle the arms to the back. Big circle all the way around behind, all the way up tall. Now circle those arms forward, shoulder mobility. Range of motion, so important. Big circle all the way up. And as you exhale, rotate towards the right. Turn towards that right leg. Open the arms out to a T. Inhale, reach to the sky. Turn back to face front. Again, exhale, same direction. Turn. Breathe. Hold this rotation. Slowly release that left hand down. Lift your right arm high. Revolve crescent. Lengthen and reach through those right fingertips. Rotate your right palm towards the front of the room. Reach it up and over. Arm coming to rest right along the side of the face. If for whatever reason the neck is not super happy, turn your gaze down towards that right big toe. Reach through those right fingertips. Lifting that right arm to the sky. Push off and rise. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn back to face front. Exhale, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, feel free to grab a drink of water or inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees, one push up. Again. And once more. Lift your hips to down dog, leaning back in down dog when you're ready. Allow the heels to sink. And let's gently alternate bending knees, walk it out. Find that breath. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs, reach your sit bones high. And inhale it all the way, hollow out through the tummy and chest, all the way up and over, leveling out into plank. Now tuck your chin towards your chest, hollow through the chest. Start to lift that spine towards the ceiling, hollow out through the tummy. Lift your sit bones to the sky, high up on the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. Let's do that once more. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Hollow the tummy and chest. Lift your spine towards the sky, starting to level out, hollowing out the chest, leveling into plank. This time, let's add a push-up. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Hollow the chest. Hollow the tummy. Start to lift that spine towards the ceiling. Start to lift those hips towards the sky. Up onto the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need to let the hands come to rest. We're going to center that right hand out in front of us, palm pressing firmly into the back, into the mat. Your legs may be longer, those knees may be bent. No worries either way. Let's rotate and extend. Right arm to the sky, reaching up as high as you can reach. Feel that extension out of the shoulder, up to the tips of your fingers. Feel the strength in your upper and middle back. As you exhale, slowly release it down. Right hand takes the place of the left. Rotate your body, press that right palm into the mat as you lift and lengthen, working to stack the shoulders, to stack the arms. Find that extension through the fingertips. Find that breath. As you exhale, slowly release it down to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Bring the hands behind your head, open the elbows nice and wide. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, close the elbows around the ears. Releasing tension, the base of the head all the way down your spine. Inhale, lift the head, open the elbows wide, and as you exhale, gently release the weight of the head back into the hands. Open your chest, strong through the core. Inhale it back up one more time. Let's take it forward. Draw the chin towards the chest, close the elbows around the ears. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Open the elbows wide, and as you exhale, lean to the right. Just gazing forward. And let's come back to center. Exhale and lean to the left. And come back to center. Take a big breath in. Find the length in your spine, and as you exhale, rotate to the right. Far as you can turn. See if you can square those hips. Keep them facing forward. They're going to want to turn with you. Resist that and just turn the torso. Come back to center. Keep those hips facing front. And as you exhale, turn to the left. So there's this kind of oppositional pull as you pull that right hip back as you turn to the left. That'll keep those hips facing front. And back to center. Release your hands to mount. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, up to monkey half lift. Exhale, down, take a giant step back with the right foot. Back knee to the floor if you like, otherwise knee is off. We come to our crescent lunge. Breathe. Strong through the legs, soft through the shoulders. Circle the arms forward, all the way around behind, all the way up tall. And now to the back, big circle. All the way around behind, all the way in front, and up tall. And as you exhale, turn to the left. Open those arms out to a T. Lengthen and reach to those fingertips. Find your breath. Inhale, reach, turn back to face front. Same direction, exhale, open. Breathe. Slowly release that right hand to the inside of your left foot. Left arm extends to the sky. Reach up as high as you can. Feel that extension out of the shoulder up to the tips of the fingers. Now rotate that left palm towards the front. Reach it up and over. Arm right along the side of your face. Again, if the neck needs it, take your gaze down towards that left big toe. Find your breath. Inhale, lift that left arm back to the sky. Core is strong. Little push off with that right hand. You rise. Revolve crescent. Inhale, turn back to face front. Arms overhead. Exhale, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. Once again, holding our down dog, feeling free to grab a drink of water, or inhale it to high plank. Hold your plank. Core is strong. Let's open up those feet just a little bit wider, up to the outside edge of your mat. If you want to challenge yourself further, keep the feet in. We're going to take that left hand and touch the right shoulder and hold. Breathe. Hips remain square. Release the left hand. Shift your weight to the left. Right hand to the left shoulder. Square those hips. Breathe. And release the right hand. Shift your weight back to the right. Now reach that left hand back to the right hip. And release. Shift your weight to the left hand. Right hand back to the left hip. You feel how your body wants to turn? Resist that. And release. Keep those feet wide. Lift your hips. Adjust your hands however you need to. That wide leg stance, down dog. Breathe. Let's inhale it to high plank. Pull the feet in. Crocodile down. Press it through, up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. Extend those arms out nice and long. Find your breath. And let's slowly walk those hands up. Come over into one hip. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down to the top of your mat. And we extend those legs out long, back in our staff pose. We're going to cross that right foot just above that left knee. Ankle to the outside of the knee. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to face you guys, just because it's easier for you to see. Sitting up tall. We're just going to let that knee open out to the side. Sitting up with the length all the way through the spine. Now bringing those hands behind you, we're going to rock back to the point where we can pull that left foot in. And just adjust your hands. There's no right or wrong for the hands. I want you to feel the length through the spine, the shoulders roll back, and that nice stretch through that right hip. Add a flex of that right foot if that feels okay to you. That's just going to make sure that we're not sickling that ankle and kind of getting a too much stretch for that peroneal tendon along the outside of the ankle. Not great. Now, do we still have a neck? Oftentimes, we have this tendency to sink in. We want to find the neck and keep it. Now, if that feels pretty good to you, you can stay here. If you just really want a deeper stretch, lift your bottom, slide it towards your foot, and then walk those hands up. Again, do you still have a neck? And then notice, do you have space? Is your bottom lifted off the mat? If it is, back off to the point where you can get your bottom back to the mat. The closer we get our legs to our chest, the more intensity you're going to feel in this pose. Find what's right. Breathe. Side variation. Sitting up tall. So if you find yourself kind of hollowing out, sinking into those shoulders, back off. Draw the chest forward, roll those shoulders back. Now if you want more, we got it. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you like, back your bottom off to the point where you can release your hands and wrap the crook of the elbows around the outside edge of your foot and around the outside edge of your knee. And we're going to lift the chest and pull that leg in nice and tight. Now we're leaning back slightly, but we're lifting through the chest. So rather than that hollowness going on through the tummy and chest, there's length and strength happening. If you like, lean back a little bit so that you can pull that left foot off the floor. So now we're balancing, almost like in a variation of our boat pose. Feel how those core muscles engage. If you'd like a little more intensity, extend your leg and flex your foot. Breathe. Now we can play with this and you can see how your core muscles engage and release and fire differently by beginning to lift that left leg. Now if you've lost the integrity and you've lost that stretch in that right and you really just want to focus on that right, keep your foot down. If you're loving it and you want the challenge and you can still feel that stretch, play with it a little bit. The levers, being longer, are more challenging. The closer you get to the floor, the more challenging.
The more you lift, you're going to fire up through the quads and those hip flexors. They're all firing. Bend the knee. Place the foot down, rock forward, and release it out. Sit up tall. Let that right knee just open. Close your eyes just for a second. And then release that right side. Left foot crosses just above the knee. Sit up nice and tall. So just feel the progression of the pose. And guys, it doesn't have to be matching. So if on the right side you go to a certain place and on the left side you're like, nope, or if you've got more flexibility on one side versus the other, that's totally normal and just fine, so no worries. So with that length in the spine, if it feels right to you, bring your hands back, pull that right foot in. Now you can adjust your hands however you want them to be, but we want to make sure that we're not sinking in and have lost our neck. That length in the spine continues all the way out through the crown of the head. That left knee is just gently pressing out. How's this stretch? Feeling pretty good? Do you want to stay here? You're welcome to stay here. Close your eyes. Feels good to you and you want a deeper stretch. Lift your bottom. Slide your bottom forward and then walk those hands up. Now, if as you walk those hands up, 1, you lose your neck, or 2, you've lifted your bottom and you can kind of swing side to side, back off. Find your neck. Feel your bottom against the earth. And just focus on this. Focus on your breath. Find those biggest, deepest breaths you have. Never a competition. Just working to be the best version of ourselves right here today. Feels good to you, stay here. If you like, back your bottom off enough so that you can wrap the crook of the elbow around the outside edge of your foot and around the knee. Breathe. Front view. So we're pulling that shin in towards your chest. A little rock back, just gonna fire up those core muscles a little bit more. The beautiful thing is we're using some of the strength in the arms, the shoulders, and that upper middle back to pull that leg in, so we're getting some extra little benefits with those firing up of those other muscles. If you like, extend the leg and flex your foot. So with extension of that leg, now again, you can lift the leg, the knee can be bent, you can have it long, whatever feels right to you. But we want to make sure that we keep that core drawn in, that belly button drawn in. Breathe. Are you still getting that stretch in that left hip? The other is just cherries on top, sprinkles, whipped cream, and all that good stuff. Bend the knee, place the foot on the mat, rock it forward, and release the leg down. Sit just for a moment and let that knee just settle out to the side. Release the leg, extend the legs out long, flex your feet, reach, hinge it forward, long spine, releasing tummy and chest to the thighs, nose towards your knees. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet, close your eyes, and slowly roll yourself back. Take your time. And relax. Arms extended out to a T. We're going to pull one foot in by your bottom and then the other. And then let's open up those feet just a little bit wider than the width of your mat. Bringing the hands to the hips. We're going to work to keep those hips level and to keep your bottom on the floor. Those hips are going to want to shift. Slowly drawing that right knee to the inside as you roll to the instep of that right foot. Be mindful of that right hip. It wants to lift. Don't let it. So as you draw that right knee, the inner thigh, the knee, to the floor, I want you to notice what you feel, and it should feel really good. So if it's pain or discomfort beyond a good stretch, guys, you've gone too far, back off a little bit. Maybe this stretch just isn't the right one for you today, and that's fine. If there's another one you love, do that, because this should feel really good. So maybe you feel this in the lower back. Maybe you feel it in the hip, across your quadricep. Maybe in the knee, but in a good way. And then gently release that right side. Now slowly draw that left knee towards the inside as you roll to the instep of that left foot. Left hip wants to lift, but we are not going to let it. And just notice, do you have more flexibility on one side versus the other? Probably so. Me too. Sometimes things can be a real struggle on one side and a piece of cake on the other. It's crazy. But that's when we try and bring ourselves back to balance. We try and even out and balance the negative energy, the tension, the anxiety that we hold within our bodies. We try and let that go wherever we can. And the fact that it doesn't store in the same place evenly, no worries. It's just odd. Now slowly release that left side. Pull your left knee in towards your chest, and then the right. Hands to your shins, just below your knees. Pull your knees in nice and tight. Now let's lift the soles of the feet as though you were going to stand on the ceiling. Knees remain bent. Open those knees out just beyond your rib cage. Reach up, take a hold of the ankles or the outside edge of your feet. If it's your shins or your calves, that's fine too. If it's behind your knees, whatever feels right. And just let your arms be heavy. I don't care if the tailbone lifts. I just want you to feel loosey-goosey with those arms, no tension in the shoulders, just getting a nice stretch all through the groin, through the hips. Now just gently rock side to side. Find your breath. You can even smile on this one. This one's kind of a silly one. A variation of dead bug or happy baby. We come back to center. Release the hands, bring the hands to the shins just below your knees. Keeping that right knee tucked in, extend your left leg out and down. Right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the floor as you twist. Turn your gaze out over that right arm. And then just close your eyes. Find your breath. Releasing that left hand, rolling back to center. Extend that right leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg. Add a flex of your foot. Draw those toes back towards your shins. Feel that long stretch behind the leg. Point your toes. Activating throughout your leg, throughout the feet. And flex your foot. Now keep that foot flexed. Reach up, take a hold along the outside of your leg. Thigh, calf, ankle, outside edge of your foot, or take a hold of the first two fingers or the thumb with your first two fingers. Take a hold of your big toe with your first two fingers and your thumb, and then slowly let that leg open out to the side. Working to keep that left hip from pulling off the mat. Just let gravity take a hold of the weight of the arm and the weight of your leg. You can feel those oblique muscles working to keep that left hip down. It can help if you turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. So just a really nice stretch all through the inner thigh, those adductor muscles down that right side. Now you leave the arm heavy. The strength of the inner thigh just slowly lifts the leg. Let that arm just come along for the ride. As the leg comes back towards the sky, release your hand, point your toes. And flex your foot. And point. Now a little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg down. Reach out like you're trying to touch the wall out in front of your toes and make a straight line all the way down it before you allow it to come to rest. Now just take a moment and notice your body. Hopefully that right leg feels longer than your left. Kind of a cool sensation. Drawing that left knee in, left arm extends out to the side, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the floor, turn your gaze out over that left arm. And just let your body melt into this stretch. Let gravity do the work for you. We're not forcing things to happen. We're using that body weight of the arm and the leg to surrender into this pose. Wonderful for digestion, wonderful for wringing out negative energy, amazing flexibility for the spine. One of my most favorites. Releasing that right hand, slowly rolling back to center. Extending that left leg to the sky. Point your toes. Now flex your foot. So just noticing the different stretch, the activation of the muscles. Now point. And flex. Keep that foot flexed. Reach up with that left hand. Take a hold anywhere along the leg you like, the ankle, the foot, or perhaps your big toe with your first two fingers and your thumb. Right arm extends out to a T, and we're going to slowly open that left leg out to the side, keeping that right hip from lifting until we can just let that leg and the arm be heavy. Now note, you can turn your gaze out over that right arm. That'll help keep that right hip down. But notice all those oblique muscles working to help keep that hip down. And that awesome stretch through the inner thigh of that left leg. Now slowly bring your gaze back to center. Using the strength of the inner thigh on that left leg, let that left arm be heavy and just come along for the ride as you lift that leg back towards the sky. At the top, release your hand, point your toes, and flex. And point as hard as you can point. Little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Our arms come down by our sides, turning the palms up into the sky. We bring one hand just below our sternum, other hand just below our belly button. We close our eyes and breathe. Taking a moment to celebrate life as it is right here, right now. We do our very best to make each and every day a great day. Here within the quietness of our being, we focus. What can we do to better care for ourselves? Are we doing all that we need? Listen to your heart. Listen to your gut. Be mindful, kind. Let go of the negativity as much as you can. You've got all of that positive energy, the love, the awareness, the intellect inside. Stay true to what you know is right. Let go of the uncertainty and the fear. Allow yourself a moment to just breathe. We draw one knee in towards the chest, and then the other, hands behind the thighs. Rock yourself up. Coming to easy pose, sitting up nice and tall. We close our eyes. We take big, deep breaths in and out through the nose. As we bring our practice to a close today, I offer you just a few words. As always, these words are for you to carry with you or just let flow on by. Gentle and kind can come in many forms. A hug, a kick in the butt, an encouraging word, a handhold to stop you from doing something, a gentle push forward when you think you can't. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, pull the hands to heart center. You guys are amazing. Take care of yourselves. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here for you guys. I cannot wait until I get to see you again. Until then, please feel free to share with everybody you love. Come back time and time again. Know that my energy is reaching out to you, yours to me. I appreciate everybody's love, and I hope you guys are receiving. Be well. Until the next time, namaste.